What's up, Germantown? What's up, girl? What's up, baby? Listen, guys, I met somebody who's on their 6th COVID booster today. Seems kind of ridiculous. I think it's fine. And I know we got the demographic of a Kid Rock concert in here tonight, so I feel like most of us probably aren't vaccinated. I think that's fine too. I just think we got to start coming up with better excuses, right? Like my uncle, he said he didn't want to get the vaccine because he doesn't know what's in it, but his favorite food is the McRib. I said, hey man, you got to come up with a different excuse. You don't care about what's in anything. McDonald's doesn't even know what's in that. I knew we were in trouble though. When the pandemic first hit, I knew we were in trouble. They came out and they said Corona beer sales took a dive. I was like, oh my God, is that the first precaution we're taking? Buying less Mexican beer? Listen, that means that there's at least one guy somewhere walked into a Mexican restaurant like, yeah, let me get chimichanga. Also get a Corona Light. Actually, you know what? Make it a Modelo. I can't risk it. And he thought he was doing enough. He said, I ain't getting that vaccine, but I did switch to Dos Equis, so I'm doing my part. Care what Nancy Pelosi says. Actually, I had to get the vaccine. They made me get it. I work in healthcare, so they forced me to get it. I'm actually a paramedic for the fire department. My station is in North Memphis. Here recently, we had the truck parked out on the curb, and this group of kids came along. They're climbing on it. They're getting their picture taken. Everybody's having fun. And then this one short, fat kid, he walked up on me. He looked me up and down, and he said, hey, start up the truck, fool. So I just ignored him. And then he started making fun of me. He said, if you don't start it up, I will, and then I'm going to pull off with it, little Debbie. So I looked back at him, I said, get out of here, fat boy. He said, my mama will knock you out. I said, all right, then go get your mama. Then he walked over to a woman who was built like Charles Barkley. So I said, hey, let's start up the truck, fool. Let's have some fun. That's a good job, though, man. Police, they actually make our job a lot safer, a lot easier. So I appreciate them, but there's one thing I don't like. I don't like it when people say things like, support your fire and police department. Because then I'm like, don't bring us into their BS. People still support us. We haven't made everybody mad yet. One day there was a cop in the crowd, though. He got mad. He was like, hey, man, firemen, y'all can be racist, too. And yeah, we can. It's just going to be hard for us to get in trouble for when we do our job. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's showing up to a house fire, huddling up out front, being like, all right, boys, we're going in, not saving any Asians. Can't do that. That's not how that works. I don't know if you know this, but when you're in a house fire, the smoke is so thick that you cannot see anything. So it's going to kind of be hard to be racist, right? You don't know who you're grabbing, and nobody's coming out of there like, oh, hold on, guys, let me go put back this Puerto Rican, right? Can't do that. I got a guy I work with. I feel bad, man. He came to me. He said, Hayden, my son told me he's gay. So I told him, all right, you want to be gay, you got to move out of the house when you graduate high school. I thought, oh my God, that's terrible. Don't accept his son for who he is. And then his son graduates later this week. And he comes to me and said, hey, no, it turns out my son's not really gay. He was just kidding. I said, no, he just figured out how expensive rent is. He said, $1,500 a month, I'm gay, but I'm not that gay. I'm not coming out of the closet until I get a walk-in closet. I felt bad, though, man. I felt bad for the kid. So I went and asked my mom how she would have handled that situation. And she had a good answer. She thought she was being funny. I said, Mom, you wouldn't have done that to me, would you? She said, no, Hayden, I've known you were gay all along. And I was like, no, Mom. I'm not gay. Got a friend. He's a recovering alcoholic. And I'm proud of him. I just don't think he's going about it the right way. He told me what he's doing is he's drinking O'Doul's. And when he drinks them, he chain smokes cigarettes. Because he's trying to trick his body into thinking he's still drinking. I said, man, you don't have to damage your lungs. You want to trick your body, just run over a mailbox on the way home, right? Trick us too. He's committed, though, man. He's committed. And a trick like that's only going to work for so long. So what, I'm going to see him 6 months from now? Like, man, how's it going? Well, last night I slammed a 12-pack of the O'Doul's in a Denny's parking lot. Got home at 1 a.m., cooked a DiGiorno's pizza, and beat the kids. Trying to trick my body into thinking I'm still drinking. That's muscle confusion, right? So, I'm proud of it, though. There's one thing, though. I'd rather deal with a drunk guy than a drunk woman, okay? Like, the other day, I picked up my girl from a friend's house, and she walked out looking like one of those inflatable dudes in front of a car dealership. And I said, girl, have you been drinking? And she goes, I mean, I have, but I know exactly what's going on? I said, oh my gosh, she got drunk or logic, right? That's the thing, you can't argue with a drunk woman, right? A while back, me and her were out at a bar. I said, girl, you're drunk, it's time to go home. She said, I'm not drunk, you want to know how I know I'm not drunk? I said, all right, let's hear it. She goes, because I can see everything. I said, no, I just need you're not blind. Come on, we're getting out of here. She actually, she recently moved here from Brazil, right? She moved here from Brazil. And when she first moved here, it was difficult because we couldn't really communicate. She couldn't speak English, and it made our relationship harder, right? Now, fast forward a couple of years, she speaks really good English, we talk a lot, and it makes our relationship even harder. Look back like, oh man, those were good times. Like, I liked you better when you weren't bilingual. Now she wants to tell me about her day and what she watched on The Bachelorette. But she did recently get pregnant, right? We make some noise for that, yeah? My wife just got pregnant. I told you guys I'm a paramedic, delivered 3 babies. It's a nightmare, it's an absolute nightmare. And she told me she wants me to deliver the baby. I said, I'm not doing that. I don't like doing it, I don't get paid. I definitely don't want to do it for free, okay? I remember the first time I delivered a baby. The first time, I still remember the screams. I remember the horrible, ear-piercing screams in the back of the ambulance. That's why the pregnant lady had to tell me to shut up. I was freaking out. I was so scared. And listen, here's the truth, man. Like, you shouldn't want the fire department to deliver your baby. Like, there's just better options out there. Like, we can do it. Like, the fire department can deliver your baby, but asking the fire department to deliver your baby, that's like asking Arby's to cater your wedding. Like, yeah, they can pull it off. You shouldn't want it to, though. I got a phone call from my mom recently. My mom called me. She said, hey, I think I'm having a stroke. I said, oh my God, Mom, tell me what's going on. She said, my whole body's going numb. I can't think straight. I'm having trouble talking. I said, yeah, Mom, you're definitely having a stroke. When did this start? I think back to when this first began. She said, about an hour ago, I ate this chocolate bar that had a picture of Snoop Dogg on the wrapper. I was like, oh my God, Mom. That's called edibles. I think they're supposed to make you feel like you're having a stroke. That's why people eat these things. She was still freaking out, though. She was freaking out. I said, Mom, calm down. Here's what I need you to do. I want you to go sit down on the couch, pick a movie. I'm going to send you something off Uber Eats. She said, I already ordered a pizza and I'm watching a Space Odyssey. I was like, what kind of stroke do you think you were having, Mom? That's not what a stroke is like. Nobody's ever said, oh my God, I'm having a stroke. Somebody call Pizza Hut. Tell the delivery boy's going to have to kick in the front door. I'll be face down in between the toilet and the bathtub. He might have to feed me. She knew what she was doing. Blame a medical emergency on something she ate. That'd be like if somebody had a seizure and woke up like, oh man, I know I shouldn't have ate those blue Takis, right? She knew what she was doing. Yeah, I told you guys my girl's from Brazil. We recently went there and I found out my girl's got a twin. She's got a Brazilian twin. So guys, try to organize a little menage a trois, right? Yes, I can speak Spanish, right? See what she said, we're not doing that. We're not doing that with my twin. I really want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sidestep her. I'm going to go straight to the twin. I think I'm going to be able to work something out because her twin seems like a pretty cool guy. So we'll see what happens. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. Her twin said no also. All right, everybody, make some noise for your host. Make some noise for your host, Richard Douglas Jones.